Hey everyone, just wanted to give a quick disclaimer for this video. I'm going to be talking about a pretty terrible way to die, and I'm going to be referencing TV shows in which this happens. In addition to being a content warning here, though, I wanted to make it clear that I genuinely find this imagery upsetting, so I didn't want to subject myself to it, and because of that, none of that's going to appear in the video. There won't be much editing, it's just going to be me in my chair talking to you. And since I'll be recalling stuff from memory, it might get some things wrong. So feel free to chime in with corrections in the comments. Your understanding is appreciated. I want you to think of the most gruesome manner of death you can that is not a form of torture or execution. The kind of death that makes you squeamish, that you wouldn't wish upon your worst enemy. The kind that keeps you up at night and birds your thoughts during the day. Now imagine it being played for laughs! Hey, welcome! So, I've watched a lot of TV in my time on Earth. Not that there's much else to do, of course. Anyway, there's this particular trope that I've noticed has occurred in at least 3 TV shows that I've seen over the years, and it's been burned into my brain since I was a kid. So, join me if you will, and let's go back to the beginning. Flashback. Anyway, it's the mid-2000s. My father's executive decision to cut cable is looming on the horizon like an army of orcs marching for the One Ring. But before that can occur, I just so happened to catch a very specific episode of a little show about a yellow boy known for having lots of pores and living in a piece of fruit. I'm of course talking about SpongeBob SquarePants. And this episode centers around Squidward. We open on him riding his bike down the street. He inadvertently crashes into the back of a mixer truck and is covered in concrete. Hi there, Future Jake here. I wanted to step in for a second real quick and talk about concrete. You see, if you're like I was at all before I started scripting this video, then you use cement and concrete interchangeably, when the reality is... Come on. There we go. Cement is actually a binding agent, usually consisting of a gray powder that's combined with sand and gravel to make concrete. The more you know. Alright. Back to the video. Now, instead of immediately trying to clean himself off, he just decides to walk home through the wilderness for some reason, and the concrete hardens on him and he's like trapped in it, but he can still waddle around. And so SpongeBob and Patrick mistake him for a creature, and he ends up in a zoo because like they think he's an endangered species or something. And at the end of the episode, the concrete just kind of spontaneously crumbles off of him. It's just a really weird episode, and it gave me the ick in just like the deepest way. I mean, I couldn't look at a plastic water bottle without being reminded of that cursed imagery for just the longest time. I mean, I still think about it. Who am I kidding? Oh, speaking of water, gotta stay hydrated. Fast forward a few years, it's now the early 2010s, and I'm watching My Name is Earl, sitting on that same couch, but now I've got an HD TV in front of me instead of a big fat CRT. And lo and behold, this crap manifests once again. See, if you've never seen My Name is Earl, one of the main set pieces of the show is a restaurant where all the main characters like to hang out. And one of them even works there. They call him the Crab Man because it's a crab restaurant. Anyway, the part of the show's lore is that the owner, who's a guy named Ernie, is missing. None of the characters know where he is, and it's like this running thing where people are always, they like wonder around aloud, oh, where is Ernie anyway? Whatever happened to that guy? He's been gone for a while now, you know, whatever. And eventually, in season 4, it's revealed that he had he had cameras hidden in the women's room. Bear with me here. And one night, while he was revealing the footage, he was retrieving it on because he had it on like VHS, because, you know, old technology. While he was retrieving the footage, an incident involving the building's electrical system occurred, resulting in an explosion and a power outage while he was in the restroom. And it just so happens that at the same time, the floor of the women's restroom was being redone, and it was wet concrete. So somehow, you know, the explosion takes him by surprise, and he loses his balance, and he falls backward into the concrete. Because to get in there, he was like sneaking across a wooden plank that they laid across the wet concrete that somehow didn't sink in, even though his body did when he fell backward. So he falls backward, he somehow loses consciousness, and then he sinks into the concrete, and it cures around him, and only his nose is visible. Yeah, it's like, oh, he's been in there the whole time. He died a horrible, messed up death, and nobody realized it until it's too late. Like, years and years too late. And I just, you know, it being a cartoon, that's one thing, right? But because it's live action, it's like so much more visceral. And just why? Why would you do it? And this wasn't even the last time I had to suffer this crap. If that was it, if it was just these 2 times, I probably wouldn't be making this video. But here we are. Alas indeed. And so let's move on to our final instance. Fast forward even more. It's now 2018. The 5th season of Arrested Development has just been released on Netflix. And it's just like season 4. Not worth watching. At all. But even worse. You see, about halfway through the season, the character Tony Wonder steps into a prop closet that's been set up on a float for a parade. And after he closes the door while he's in it, like thing of liquid concrete is dumped into the top of it. And he dies. It fills up the like someone goes to open the closet and it's like magically instantly solid. That's, you know, they took a little bit of creative license, or as I like to call it, violating the laws of physics to make that one happen. Even though it's in live action. You know what? It's fine. It's comedy. No, it's not fine. It's not. Stop doing that. And then in the season finale, Joe Bluth, the character Joe Bluth, sets out to perform an illusion involving the construction of a concrete wall at the US-Mexican border. And as his tricks tend to go, illusions tend to go, it fails, and he is trapped in the like mold for the wall as the wet concrete is poured in, the liquid concrete. And then when they scramble, oh crap, he's in there. Remove the wood, get it out of his way. We see that he's like in the front face of the wall, kind of like Han Solo and Carbonite, but a lot more messed up because he dead. He dead, yo. You can even hear him like moan a little, which doesn't. I don't think that would happen. That's not. Anyway, now if you've seen the show, I can already hear you typing, wait, this is a fake out. I know, but both of these are initially played as actual deaths until that reveal, like, especially Tony's. That episode in the middle of the season ends and you're ostensibly he's dead, just dead. But then he appears magically at the end of the finale next to Job. And surprise, oh, they didn't get trapped. But the concept is still the same. It counts. It counts. Don't look at me like that. It counts. Don't click the dislike button. It counts. So, yeah. There you have it. The worst trope I've ever had the displeasure of seeing on my TV screen. Except we're not even done yet. I got you. That's right. There's one more thing I want to talk about regarding this absolute garbage. See, in all these instances, right, they get trapped in the concrete and, well, okay, except for Squidward, I suppose, but the reason they die, actually, no. I guess Ernie, technically, he would have been able to breathe initially. He technically starved to death. That's real awful. But I get, all right, in Arrested Development, we can assume that the reason they died was asphyxiation, right? They suffocated in the concrete wall. But here's the thing, that none of these instances that I brought up to you address. Liquid concrete, it's caustic. It'll burn right through you. It's an alkaline mixture, and it will corrode your face and the rest of your flesh. And that is what would kill you long before you suffocated and died. You would... there's like a term for dying of too much pain. Whatever, I don't remember it. Put it up on the screen. That's not the point. The point is... screw this trope, man. Screw this trope. I hate it. I hate it. And so should you. Wait. I just remembered another one. There's a cold open of The Office where Jim convinces Michael to like stick his face in wet concrete when they're making the sidewalk in front of the building. He wanted to do his hands at first, but then Jim's like, "Ugh, you should put your whole face in. That would make you a real legend, you freaking butthole." And what did they do? They put like something on his face, like plastic. That wouldn't have helped. I'm pretty sure the concrete would have burnt right through that. But why does this keep happening? Is there like one guy who rolled into Hollywood and he just happens to be on the writing team of each of these shows, and he's like, spreading stupid throughout all of our screens, all of our entertainment? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. This is the real end of the video, though. Thanks for making it all the way through. My chair is noisy. I'm sorry about that. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. I don't think WD-40 is gonna fix that. Anyway, if you made it all the way here to the end, I appreciate you. What was that noise? All right, I gotta go. I need a break from this. See you later. Bye.